Hey guys, Bree here from Mishwell Crochet, and today is my birthday. I'm super excited to share with you about how my birthday week went, and I have a special message for all of my new subscribers at the end, so make sure you stay tuned. Let's get right into it. Last week, I was talking about how I found this really pretty thread at the thrift store, and I wanted to make a tiara. Now, if you watched last week, you know I was a bit nervous about that. I'd never really worked with thread before, and so I wasn't sure how that was going to work. Let me tell you, I found the perfect tiara pattern, and I'm going to link that down in the description in case you want to make it too. I made it like, it was super quick. Like, I was able to do it a day, and working with thread was not nearly as scary as I thought it was going to be. So before I put it on and show you, I want to tell you just a little bit about the process. So this is what it looks like, upside down, of course. It has so much pretty detail in it. So when I wanted to make sure this is going to stand up, and I'm going to share with you if it does or if it kind of flops. It might be an in-between thing. I am very pleased with how pretty this pattern is. And I had never starched anything like quite this like floppy and soft. I mean, I've blocked things that, I've never starched anything like this before that's like on the delicate side. I've only ever done things that I was able to add Mod Podge because it was like a bookmark or something like that. And I mean, I'm familiar with blocking and stuff, but I mean, blocking wasn't going to make that stand up straight like I want it to. So I ended up I found this like liquid starch, and I did it like full power, didn't dilute it, and I dipped it in there. And then I had, I don't know, about 1.5 billion T-pins that I used to do all the little picots and all, to make sure everything was sitting nicely. And I didn't know what to like put it on. So I ended up like using some like copy paper on the outside, and I need something stiffer for the inside. So I had these like old notebooks that had like this was like a folder that was inside of it, and it's like more like a manila envelope type of material. And so I used that for the inside to give it a little bit more stability. I hope you can see that there are like tons of tiny little pricks where I had all the little pins. So I also did it upside down so that this way it would, gravity would be working with it and not against it. So I'm not an expert. I'm just saying this is my learning experience. So let me go ahead and pop these pins out. I'll pop it on my head and see what it looks like. So I just left these last couple ones in there just to so I could show you and kind of keep it in place. All right, I can smush this a little bit. Gently take this out. All right, bear with me while I get it on. Oh my gosh. It's like totally like Glinda the Good Witch from Wizard of Oz vibes. I love it. And I mean, it's a little floppy, but I mean, it's still standing up. I mean, you can still see all the detailed work. Let me come in a little closer. So this spot kind of sticks weird, so just adjust that. I'm super happy with this. Like I said, it's floppier than I wanted, but I never starched anything, so I didn't really know what I was doing, to be honest. So wasn't claiming to be an expert, but I can say that it's good enough for what I wanted. So I think I'll continue to wear this for the rest. Also, I wanted to share with you a couple of birthday presents I got. These are books I had heard about. Well, this book, I should say, is one I had heard about from a YouTuber, Elise Rose. She had talked about this book. It's actually for knitters, but it's like super educational. I haven't gotten as deep into it as I would like to be able to give a full review and give a recommendation, but so far it's been pretty interesting. And it tells you about like types of yarn, explains to you about fiber and working with different kinds of yarns. There's some patterns which I don't knit, so I'll never use the patterns. Oh, this is not sticking up as much as I wanted. Okay, that's better. But I'm going to eventually get a book review on that. And then this one I thought was interesting. Design your own crochet projects. and it's supposed to be like full of like formulas, and it's supposed to help you make like custom scarves, cowls, hats, mittens, socks, and gloves. And it says magical formulas. So I'm interested to get into that. I'm not sure when those book reviews will come out, but they will come out somewhere down the line. And then I think that's about it, for birthday extravaganzas. While I have you here, I'm going to take a moment to tell you how much I appreciated all the comments, all the new subscribers, and say welcome to all my new subscribers. And I want to say thank you for being here again to the subscribers that have been with me for a while. I want to tell you just the reason why that meant so much to me. Because Friday I saw the comments and I saw the increase in my subscribers. Thursday, I'd had a terrible day. I had this terrible experience at the grocery store. I don't want to go into like a ton of detail because I don't want to drag anybody, but like there was this cashier and she'd, having general conversation about the weather, and she asked how I felt about, all the icky weather coming in. And I had said, I was just, I was bummed about it because I had plans because it was my birthday weekend. I wasn't fishing for a happy birthday or anything. Just kind of was a matter of fact, this is why, I'm a little bummed about the weather. Normally I wouldn't care, but I had plans. And the woman was like saying it was her birthday, which I thought was a wild, I thought that's quite the coincidence. I thought it was kind of cool. We both had, birthdays, within a couple days of each other. Mine was on Sunday, hers was on Thursday when we have to be shopping. And I thought at the time, what a bummer to have to, be at work working on your birthday. And I thought at least she's working the morning shift though, so she'll get to spend, the evening with her family. But from there, the woman was told me this little story about getting, having to go renew her driver's license and, having, her eyesight wasn't what it used to be. And I sympathized with that. And then she was saying how she made this remark about how, how she was in her 50s and how I could relate because I was in my 50s. I'm not even close to my 50s. I mean, yeah, I'm closer to 50 than I am 100, or I'm closer to 50 than I am 0, but I'm not that close to 50. And I thought at first I wasn't sure if this woman was making a joke or she was being honest. I was taken back by the whole thing and didn't know how to exactly take it. And then I was like, well, no, I'm not near 50. And, I said this thinking I was missing out on the joke. And she's like, well, you're at least in your late 40s, right? No. And I'm totally trying to understand the situation because I'm thinking I know I don't look like I'm in my 50s. And then she's doubling down on it. Well, mid 40s? No. And she's like, you're in your 40s though, for sure. I'm like, no. She's like, you're in your 30s? She seemed shocked that I could be in my 30s. I mean, it's a compliment when somebody's shocked that, you're 80 and they thought you were 60. That's a compliment. But having somebody, think you're in your 50s and you're in your 30s and it's unbelievable you could be in your 30s because they were sure you were in your 50s, that just crushed my heart. My birthday is always really hard for me because it's right after the first of the year where everybody's making their goals, including me. And you're thinking about, your year in review. And then, my birthday, I'm always thinking about, what did I accomplish in the past year? What am I going to do different? And sometimes I feel very negative about that. I feel really sad about it. It's my life, I mean, I'm happy where I am in life for the most part, but everybody always wants to do the best they can. And sometimes, I'm like, am I doing the best that I can? I think, that's a very relatable way to feel. And I think a lot of people feel like that. And so I'm already kind of sensitive about my birthday. And the woman just was sure I was in my 50s. And then she kept doubling down. And then she acted like she didn't believe me that I was in my 30s. It just crushed my soul. And I felt so sad and so negative. I mean, I held it together until I got to the parking lot. But when I got to the parking lot and got to my car, I was bawling by that point. It just crushed my heart. And I just felt so sad and so negative on Thursday. And then Friday, when I went ahead and I got the notification that I had some comments in my videos, and then I had, I had new subscribers. I just want you to know I had had such a terrible day on Thursday, but Friday, just getting such positive feedback, and I didn't get any negative feedback on my last video, and that I cannot tell you, I cannot put into words how much that meant to me. Thank you so much. Like, I'm telling you, you lifted my spirits right up. It's made my birthday weekend more awesome. It turned that whole negative feeling I had on Thursday between, the weather and this woman, thinking, that I was in my 50s when I'm actually in my 30s. It turned my whole mindset around for people to just show me so much love and so much support. And I just want you to know, if you took the time to subscribe or comment or even just watch my videos, I appreciate you. And that really did mean so much to me. And it couldn't have came at a better time. And I just want you to know how grateful I am for that. So before I get any more mushy, I just want to tell you thank you so much for contributing to making my birthday weekend awesome with your awesome comments, your subscribing. Thank you so much. So until next week, take care.